Have you ever been told you're, too old to do something? Maybe someone suggested it's time to slow down or take it easy. Well, if you're somewhere between 65 and 85, listen up. Because you might just be, well, way healthier and more youthful than you or anyone else actually realizes. We've been looking at insights from doctors, aging experts, researchers, and they found some pretty surprising simple things that point to exceptional health, longevity even. So our mission today in this deep dive is to unpack 6 of these signs that show you're not just aging, but doing it with, well, real strength, grace, and a good shot at a long, vibrant life. And these aren't just surface things. They tap into deep systems, right? Your heart, brain, balance, nervous system, even emotional stuff, all working well. So what are these 6 things we're going to cover? Let's list them out quickly. 1, being able to stand on one foot for at least 10 seconds. 2, getting up from the floor without using your hands. 3, remembering appointments without writing them down. 4, getting up from a chair without using your hands. 5, climbing a flight of stairs without stopping. And 6, remembering your schedule without needing that calendar all the time. Now, if you can do even one of these, that's pretty amazing. You're not just getting by, you're thriving. You're what some researchers call an exceptional ager. So stick with us. This stuff is powerful. Might make you feel prouder, maybe give you something new to aim for. Let's get into it. Okay, first one, standing on one foot. 10 seconds minimum. No wobbling, no grabbing onto things. Sounds almost trivial, doesn't it? Like, who even thinks about doing that? But why is this simple action so telling about our health as we get older?
It really does look simple on the surface, yeah. But the key is what it reveals underneath. It's not just basic balance. It's like a quick checkup for your core strength, how your muscles coordinate, even your brain health. Balance is often one of the first things to subtly weaken with age. Sometimes we don't even notice it happening. And this test, it directly involves your nervous system, your inner ear, those tiny muscles in your legs. And crucially, your proprioception, that's your body's sense of where it is in space. It's like a whole brain-body communication check.
Wow. Okay. So much more than just not falling over.
Exactly. And what's really striking is doctors actually use this in geriatric screenings, not just for fall risk, though that's important, but it can link to cardiovascular health and, believe it or not, overall mortality. There was this one big study. It found that older adults who couldn't hold that 10-second stance, they had a much higher chance of dying in the next decade.
Mortality from just standing on one foot. That's profound.
It is. It's like a hidden indicator, maybe before other problems show up.
It really makes you think. I know this woman, Carol. She's 78, walks her dog every day, does a bit of gentle yoga. Nothing crazy. They did this test at her community center class. And Carol, she not only did it, she closed her eyes and held it for almost 20 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah. She just laughed, said she had no idea it meant anything important, just didn't want to fall. But that quiet confidence, it showed how those everyday habits were building something really deep.
That's a perfect example, Carol's story. It really highlights that if you can still do this in your late 60s, 70s, 80s, it means you haven't lost that basic trust in your body. And psychologically, that's huge, often underestimated.
How so?
Well, a lot of older adults develop this real fear of falling. And that fear itself can make them move less, which, ironically, makes their balance worse.
A vicious cycle.
Exactly. So maintaining this ability, it suggests that confidence, that capability, that connection with your physical self, it's still strong, still active.
So, yeah. If you're listening and you can do this, stand on one leg for 10 seconds. That's genuinely something to be proud of. A real sign of inner resilience. We'd love to hear about your experience with this one. Can you do it? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're finding this useful, maybe subscribe or share this deep dive.
Okay, so if standing steady is one thing, what about getting up? Our second sign really tests resilience. Getting up from the floor without using your hands, sometimes called the sit and rise test. You sit cross-legged, then stand up. No hands, no knees, no pushing off your arms. Again, looks simple, maybe a bit awkward, but apparently it's incredibly telling what's going on there.
Right, the sit and rise. And you hit it, it's much harder than it looks. It requires amazing coordination, sure, but also muscle strength, joint flexibility. It pulls in multiple systems at once. We're talking cardiovascular, musculoskeletal, your neurological system.
Yeah.
All have to work together smoothly.
All that just to stand up from the floor. Pretty much. There was this really interesting Brazilian study. They followed over 2,000 people aged 51 to 80 for years, and the finding was stark. Those who could do the sit and rise without any help. Much lower risk of dying during the study period compared to those needing hands or knees.
Again, with the mortality link, that's fascinating.
It is, Because it's not just about brute strength. It demands healthy joints, dynamic balance, and honestly, a certain level of physical confidence. If any one of those is weak, the whole movement becomes really hard, maybe impossible.
I can see that. I think of Leonard, this 82-year-old I heard about. Lives alone. Every morning he sits on a mat to stretch, and he told someone basically, if I can still get off this mat by myself, I know I can keep living in this house. It's his personal benchmark.
Leonard's story. That's powerful. It shows how these aren't just abstract health markers. They connect directly to living your life, maintaining your independence.
Absolutely.
And that's the bigger picture, isn't it? Independence, autonomy,
Yeah.
being able to get yourself up off the floor. That's a very clear, practical sign you can still manage your world. Think about it. If you did fall, having that ability means you might recover without panic, without needing help immediately. That peace of mind.
Yeah.
Priceless.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That sense of self-reliance, it consistently comes up as one of the strongest predictors for a longer, healthier, happier life.
So if you can still pop up from the floor, hands-free, that's more than just a party trick. It's a badge of honor, really. It says your mobility, your brain-body connection, it's still in great shape, something many people lose much earlier. So how about you? Have you ever tried the sit and rise test? Let us know your experience down in the comments. And again, please subscribe and share if you find value here. All right, let's shift gears from the physical to the cognitive side of things. Our third sign, remembering important stuff, dates, times, details, without having to write it all down. Now, let's be clear. Using lists, calendars, notes. That's smart. We all do it. It helps. But we're talking about something slightly different here. That ability to just hold information in your head organically without the physical prompt. Why is that such a key marker?
Yeah, it's a great distinction because this isn't just about simple memory, like remembering a phone number you just heard. It's more about how well your brain is actively processing, organizing, and storing information in real time.
Yeah.
Right now. It reflects things like your focus, how fast your brain processes information, and the strength of your short-term or working memory.
Working memory. Okay.
Think about it. If your brain can take in an appointment time, filter out distractions, meals, calls, maybe even a nap, and still pull up that detail later, that shows your mental systems are really well coordinated, still flexible.
Right.
And that kind of coordination, often it's the result of staying engaged mentally throughout life. Curiosity. Mental flexibility builds up. Researchers, I think at the University of California, linked this kind of memory performance in seniors directly to staying independent longer and delaying cognitive decline.
So it's not just convenient, it's a sign of deeper brain health.
Exactly. Remembering your doctor's appointment without checking your phone 5 times. Convenient? Yes. But more importantly, it's a powerful sign your brain is aging really well. Gracefully, you could say.
Aging gracefully. I like that. Reminds me of Joanne. She's 79, volunteers at the library twice a week, never uses a planner, no phone reminders. She just knows her schedule, knows when books are due back.
That's fantastic.
She always says, it keeps me sharp. If I can hold it in my head, I feel like I'm still in the game. And she totally is.
And that touches on something important, the confidence boost. For many older adults, those little senior moments can cause anxiety, frustration, maybe embarrassment.
Sure.
But when you can reliably track your own life, your own schedule, it changes how you see yourself. You feel more capable, clearer, more engaged. You trust your own mind.
And that probably feeds back into physical energy, too.
Absolutely. Mental confidence often fuels physical vitality. It reinforces that feeling of being capable, which impacts everything.
So if you're out there remembering birthdays, appointments, or even just which day is recycling day without checking notes, take a moment, be proud of that. It's your brain showing up, keeping you fully in the world. That's huge. What about you? Do you rely on memory or notes? We're curious. Drop a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe and share. Okay, let's swing back to the physical for number 4. This one seems related to the floor rise, but simpler. Getting up from a chair without using your hands. No gripping the armrests, no pushing off your knees. Just stand up. Looks like nothing, right? But in the aging world, this is apparently a big deal. A sign of functional youth. If you're 65 to 85 and can do this easily, you're showing some serious functional independence.
You got it. And the why is fascinating. That seemingly simple move, chair to standing, no hands. It's a whole body coordination act. Your core has to tighten, your thighs and glutes need real power, and your balance system adjusts instantly to keep you stable.
A symphony, as you said before.
Kind of, yeah. Being able to do that smoothly, well into your later years, it tells us your mobility, muscle tone, coordination, even your nervous system are working together beautifully. And here's a key point. It often means your body is free from hidden pain or stiffness.
Hidden pain, like
like maybe early arthritis that hasn't fully announced itself yet, or some hip tightness, or maybe lower back stuff that you just kind of live with. Pushing up off a chair can mask those things.
I see.
If you don't need to push up, it suggests those underlying issues aren't significant. In fact, the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy noted that seniors who can stand without using their arms, they tend to fall less, live more independently, and just have better overall health markers. It's a standard assessment of physical therapy for a reason.
Makes sense. That reminds me of Robert, 82, retired mechanic, lives alone every morning, sits in his recliner, has his coffee, then just stands up. Smoothly, no hands, no effort visible. He just says something like, "Got strong legs, long as they work, I work." You can see the quiet pride in it.
Robert's got the right idea.
Mm-hmm.
And that connects to the mental side again. Being able to rise easily. It reinforces that sense of independence. You don't feel trapped or need to wait for help. You move when you want. Personal autonomy.
That freedom must feel good.
Incredibly powerful. Feeling capable physically. Your spirit, your outlook, it just follows. It's about standing tall, literally and figuratively, showing you still have that strength, that capability.
So next time you stand up from a chair without thinking about it, maybe give it a little thought. Appreciate it. You're demonstrating strength many have lost. Can you rise from a chair hands-free? Let us know in the comments. And if you like this, hit subscribe and share it out. All right, number 5. Climbing a flight of stairs, a full flight, without stopping, without clinging to the railing, without getting totally winded. Doesn't sound heroic, maybe. No one's giving out medals for it. But in terms of healthy aging, it speaks volumes. What does it demand?
Yeah, it's another one of those everyday things. It's packed with information about your body's integrated fitness. First off, cardiovascular system. Your heart and lungs have to be efficiently delivering oxygen. That's basic fitness right there.
Sure.
Then, leg strength and endurance. Quads, hamstrings, calves, they're doing sustained work going upstairs. Plus, your joints need good mobility, your balance has to be on point, your coordination sharp. It's truly a full body workout hiding in plain sight.
Wow, you don't really think of it that way.
And it gets deeper. It connects to metabolic resilience. Researchers, I believe at Duke University, found something interesting. Older adults who could climb stairs steadily without stopping. They often have better blood pressure, healthier arteries, even better cognitive scores.
Cognitive scores, too, from climbing stairs.
Yep. It seems to be a really good indicator that your whole system, body and brain, is aging more slowly than the calendar might say.
That's inspiring. Makes me think of Lorraine, 79, a widow living in a 2-story townhouse. Her doctor once gently suggested maybe a single-level place would be easier. Lorraine just smiled and said something like, "I'll think about it when these legs stop carrying me up to bed each night."
Huh. Good for Lorraine.
Right. Every day, up and down for laundry, up to bed, no fuss, no stopping, just quietly defying the odds.
A quiet defiance.
That's it.
Exactly. And think about the psychological impact. Being able to handle stairs easily tells you, deep down, I'm still self-reliant. My environment doesn't limit me. My body hasn't given up.
Yeah, that's powerful.
It builds huge confidence. And confidence, as we keep saying, is like medicine as you age.
Yeah.
It's freedom, living life on your own terms.
So if you're one of those folks who takes the stairs without a second thought, don't take it for granted. That's not luck. It's a reflection of care, choices, sustained strength.
Yep.
Keep it up. Age becomes just a number you walk right past. How about stairs for you? Easy peasy or a challenge, share your thoughts below. And you know the drill, subscribe and share if this resonates. Okay, last one, number 6. We're back to mental sharpness. This is about consistently remembering your schedule, commitments, maybe even just what day it is, without constantly checking a calendar or your notes. Seems small, maybe, but it says a lot about your mental agility, your brain health. If you're 65 to 85 and still doing this, pretty exceptional.
It really is.
Yeah.
What's revealed here is that this ability is closely tied to that working memory we mentioned earlier. And working memory is often one of the first cognitive areas to show some, well, wear and tear with age.
Right.
So if yours is still robust, that's a strong sign your brain is staying alert, attentive, flexible. It's firing well. It's a sign of neurological youth in a way. And it's not just about remembering dates, mentally tracking your days, organizing things in your head. That involves concentration, filtering distractions, managing your sense of time, all key brain health indicators.
So it's complex processing, not just simple recall.
Exactly. There was a study from Columbia University, I think. It showed seniors who could mentally track their routines without always writing things down. They consistently scored higher on cognitive tests
Higher score.
and were significantly less likely to show early signs of dementia.
Wow. That's a really direct link. Everyday habit to dementia risk.
It is quite direct.
I'm thinking of Margaret, 82, volunteers at an animal shelter twice a week, never misses, just knows when she's supposed to be there. Her daughter offered to set up phone reminders, and Margaret just laughed it off. Honey, my brain is my reminder.
Love that. And it brings up the pride factor again, doesn't it? Not needing to constantly rely on your phone or a notepad for basic scheduling. It means your mental muscles are strong. Your brain is doing its job without outsourcing.
Yeah, that feels good.
It's something to be genuinely proud of. And it's not just about feeling good. It makes life smoother, safer. It preserves independence, protects your dignity, lets you live on your terms. That internal strength is foundational.
So yeah, if you're still keeping track of your life largely in your head, don't brush it off as normal. It's not that common anymore. You're a rare gem. And that mental clarity, it might just be a key reason you're heading towards a long, vibrant life, maybe even into your hundreds. What's your system, memory, calendar, a mix? Let us know in the comments. And one last time, please subscribe and share if you enjoyed this deep dive.
So if you heard yourself in any of these descriptions today, let me just say it again. You're not ordinary. Not at all. You're part of this really inspiring group who are actively refusing to let age set the limits. And that itself is just fantastic. So many people think getting older automatically means decline, right? Slowing down, forgetting things, giving up stuff. But what we've talked about shows something else, something much more empowering. If you can still do these things, it means your body's working well, your mind's sharp, your spirit's still bright. It's all connected.
Absolutely. And you've probably spent a lifetime looking after others. Maybe now's the time to really turn some of that amazing care inward, to really believe deep down you deserve continued strength, energy, joy, a future that goes way beyond what people might expect. You are definitely not too old to thrive, not too late to start something new. And you are absolutely positively not done yet.
Couldn't agree more. And maybe the final thought is this. Whether you ticked off all 6 signs or maybe just 1 or 2, it's a win. The fact that you're paying attention, learning, thinking about growth, that mindset right there, that's the foundation for a long, vibrant life.
Well said. Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive today. We really would love to hear from you. Drop a comment below. What's one thing you took away from this? How might you use it? Your thoughts mean a lot, honestly. They give us great motivation. And if you found this helpful, please do like this video, subscribe to the channel, and maybe share it with someone else who could benefit. Your support keeps us going. We look forward to seeing you in the next one.